So DAX. Today we're going to discuss about DAX in Power BI. What is DAX? DAX is a data analysis expression. So it is just like formula. So in schooling days, we created some formula to solve challenges or the problems, right? So we derived some logic. Similarly, if you want to solve problems in the Power BI, so we created some formulas. Okay, we created some formulas. So let me discuss about the formula components. Okay. So before going to that, so let me load one table and explain the problem statement. Okay. So this is my table, manufacturer table. So this is the unit produced every year from different manufacturer. So I want to calculate the length of each and every manufacturer value. So how to create that? How to create that? So I created a on new column. So length of manufacturer, right? So let me maximize. So how to calculate length of manufacturer length, and it takes some input. So if you observe here we can see some effects, nothing but function. So what it takes some input as a test. So what is the input here? The manufacturer column. So you can select the manufacturer column here. If you observe closely, we have some function. So and break down with some function. Second is the table name. So the column coming from this car produce table, right? So table name, and the manufacturer is the name of the column. And also there is a FQN, fully qualified name. It is the combination of the table name and the column name. And finally, there is a comment. It is optional actually. Usually, single line comment, we are using some comments for describing about the logic or anything. Okay. Describing about the logic. So talks about the length of manufacturers, length of manufacturers. Okay. It computes length of manufacturers. We can create in three ways in formulas. One is calculated column. Second is measured. Third is calculated. Table. So how to create that? So how to create that? So there in the table tools, in table tools, we can see if you want to create new column, you can click on new column. If you want to create a new measure, and also you can create a new table. Okay, new table. So I have created new column here. So what it does, it adds new column to the existing table. right? So I'm talking about calculated column. What it does, it adds new column to existing table. It's a row context. It it computes on row by row basis. Row by row basis. So whenever you create a new calculated column, it create a new column to the existing table as well as the row by row operations. It evaluates row by row operations. Okay. Coming to resources and memory. So as it creates a new column to the existing table, it consumes memory. And it memory and processor intensive. Processor intensive. So whenever you create a new column, it consumes some memory as well as processor intensive. So it's recompute every time. Whenever you close and open PBX file, whenever you refresh the data, let's say when I click on refresh data, if you observe, it will recompute again. It will recompute again. So it utilizes resources. So this is a processor intensive. And also it's a memory. Whenever you create a new column, it creates a new column to the existing table, right? So it's a memory, occupies some memory. So the best practice is create calculated column at our query level, if possible. Then DAX level. Coming to measure. So measure won't create new column to existing table. It is filter context. Nothing but result will depend on the dimension in the visualization. So what does it mean? So let me create one new measure. Total units produced. Sum of so if you observe, it's created a measure, but it doesn't create any new column to the existing table, whereas it is a filter context. So what does it mean by filter context? Let me drag total units produced. Okay. Okay. Let me drag total units produced. So the result is varies on based on the dimensions in the visualization. Let me drag manufacturer. Now the results will varies based on the dimensions in the visualization. This is called filter contest. This is called the filter contest. It always need aggregation to calculate a measure. Let's say if you're removing some, if you're removing some, it returns some underline, a red line, underline with a red mark, right? So it always needs some aggregation like sum, average, and min and max. So it doesn't create any memory as like the calculated column, but it result will calculate it based on the dimensions in the visual edge. Okay. So always create measure. Best practice is create measure. Measure is better, better in terms of performance compared to calculated column. Now calculated column. So when you create a calculated column, adds new table to existing table. It recomputes. Let me create. Let me create. So go to table view, click on table tools, click on new table, where click on new table. Let's say calendar table. There's a calendar function where it accepts start date 2024 01 0101, comma, and end date 1 31st. So it is a static table. Static table. It creates a new table uh, to the existing table. So it consumes memory whenever it consumes memory. Whenever table refreshes, whenever data refreshes, it will compute again. Always create, always create table at better, better to create calculated table at at Power Query level instead of DAX level. So these are the three different ways we have learned so far. So one is calculated column measure. So calculated column provides row contest. So measure provides filter contest, and calculated table it will add a new table with existing to existing table. Now we are learning about operators. So there is a operators like arithmetic, relational, or comparison operator, logical, in operator. So basically it includes plus, minus, divide by, and into. Let's say in real time, so in real time, we need to convert into kilo. Now it is in thousands, right? I want to convert into uh, kilos. I want to thousand separators. So I want to count thousands separators. So I create a new column. Okay. I create a new column. I create a new column. Are units produced. Units produced in units produced divided by thousand. Now, so unit produced in thousands. Units thousands. So in this way we can use we can use arithmetic operators. Now compared to relational operator, let's say mm, I want to check like classification. So I want to check like classification, like so it written true and false. So comparison operator help you to return the boolean values. So we can distinguish by using comparison operators whether it is in true bucket, whether it is in false bucket. Logical operators. So in the similarly, I want to calculate like I want to create new column where I want to check like three is greater than two, check greater than two, and operator is assigned with double ampersand, and also two is less than one. So I want to calculate this first. So it returns true, and also it returns false. So as a result, what happens? It's, this is the AND operator, whereas OR operator. Let me use OR operator. Instead of OR, I have to use OR operator. OR operator is the pipe symbol. So it is a true and it is a false. As a result, it returns true. If any one of these is true, and it returns true, right? My expectation is true. Yeah. And also, we are using in operator like there is an operator called in operator. So in manufacturer, in Kia or not. Kia, let me remove this. Use and use. Why we're getting error? We have to use true. So wherever we find Kia, it's true. Else it returns false. So it returns false. And also I want to I want to create new column. I want to create new column. Technology with two. So I concatenate OBR, concatenate OBR. So whenever I create concatenate two, and also we want if you want space, you want space, right? If you want space, you can give some space in between these quotation marks. So these are the basics before going into real DAX functions. So that's nothing but learning functions. Learning functions. To solve, before that, we need to understand learning nothing but learning functions. Understand behavior of each function and solve the problems. Solve the problems wherever the function behavior fits. Solve all the problem wherever the function fit into it. That's it.